So X is the amount of people who only choose to do hockey and yoga and not soccer. So now we'll set another thing as Z. So Z over here is the amount of people who participate in yoga and soccer, but not ice hockey. So they're only in that part. And then for the last one, we have one between yoga. Oh, wait, sorry. So between hockey and yoga, it's X and Y. Between, yeah, yoga and soccer, sorry. We can just write it as 4 because we already know the value from the question, and it is the people who do only yoga and soccer, but not ice hockey. So, and the last one over here between hockey and soccer, we know that it is 5 or Z, because we don't know exactly if if they only play soccer and ice hockey. They could, some of the 5 people could be playing soccer, ice hockey, and yoga. So we label it as a variable. So we have 3, Z, Y, and X. That's the ones we are, those are the ones we are using. And we can write some equations based on more information we're given on in the question. So X plus Y, which is the amount of people who do hockey and yoga, or at least hockey and yoga, is X and Y. So X and Y, X plus Y will equal the amount of X plus Y equals 8. X plus Y equals 8. And we also know that Y plus Z between ice hockey and soccer, Y plus Z equals 5. And the last piece of information we know is that X plus Z plus 4 equals 15. Because in the question it says there are 15 students who are participating in exactly 2 sports, and X, Z, and 4 is the amount of total people who only do 2 out of the 3 sports. So X plus Z plus 4 equals 15. In these 3 equations, we have 3 equations and 3 variables, so it is possible to solve out of these equations. So X plus Y equals 8, we can translate that to Y equals 8 minus X. And then we can replace, X plus Z plus 4 equals 15 can be further gone into, can be solved into X plus Z equals 11. And Y plus Z equals 5 is can be set as Z equals 5 minus Y. So we have a Z and we have so we're gonna put the first 2 equations y equals 8 minus x and z equals 5 minus y into the third equation, x plus z equals 11. So first we'll replace the x plus z equals 11 into, so instead of y equals 8 minus x, we are actually going to do x equals 8 minus y, since it'd be easier to do it that way. X equals 8 minus y, quick fix, and then now we can put the first two equations in third, and it looks much better. So replacing x, it would be 8 minus y, 8 minus y plus the z, which now equals to 5 minus y. Five minus y, 8 minus y plus 5 minus y equals 11. And this, once solved, is 13 minus 2y equals 11. So negative 2y is negative 2, and y equals 1. Now we can plug y equals 1 to any of these three equations that we have set up from before. We'll just do x plus y equals 8. So, or x equals 8 minus y. So x would equal 8 minus y, which is 1. At 8 minus 1, so x equals 7. X equals 7. Now from now let's look at the, try and find z from the z equals 5 minus y. So y is still 1, so z equals 5 minus 1, which equals, so z equals 4. And the question asks, what is the number of people that only play ice hockey? So when we look at the hockey circle, we can see that it is made up of x, y, and z, and this section, this darkened section. And this darkened section is actually for the people who only play ice hockey. And yeah, so total number of people who play hockey, whether that is if they do 3 sports, 2 sports, or only hockey, is 18. So basically 18, I'll erase some of this earlier ones, or maybe not. So 18 minus x minus y minus z will equal this shaded region, which is the amount of people who only play ice hockey. And now we know x, y, and z, so it's 18 minus 7 minus 1 minus 4, and that equals 6. So the amount of people who only play ice hockey and only play one sport is 6. So therefore the answer is D. 4 is D. Now I'm writing it on the top there. So let's erase it and move on to the next question. Okay. Yeah. All right. So question number 5. Alice has 20 coins. She gives half to Bob, who returns a fifth of the coins he received. How many coins does Alice have after the exchange? So it's a pretty simple question. we'll make two sides to solve this. So first side is A for Alice's side. Second side is B for Bob's side. So Alice starts out with 20, and she gives half of it to Bob. So minus her total, which is 20. And then she is returned half of the coins Bob receives, which is the same thing as a fifth of the coins she's giving. So it's plus a fifth of the 1/2 of 20. And we'll actually just move this Bob section to the bottom because we don't have enough space. And this will be Bob's value. So, yeah, plus a fifth of the money she gave. So we have no idea what Bob starts out with, but all we know that he receives half of 20 from Alice. And then he gives back a fifth of the amount he received. The amount he received is a half of 20. So he gives that back. So we don't really need to focus on Bob here, mostly on Alice, because that's what the Alice question is about. So when we simplify all of these, we for Alice we get 20 minus half of 20 minus 10, and then plus a fifth of half of 20, which is 10. Now we solve inside the bracket first. So 20 minus 10 plus a fifth of 10, which is 2. And that equals 12, because 20 minus 10 plus 2 is 12. And that's the amount of money Alice has left over. So the answer to number 5 is D. And we're going to record that. Now move on. Let's move on to question 6 and erase all of this. So question 6, I'll read it out. Which of the following points lies on the line that passes point -2, 6 and 6, 2? So for this question, we're going to need to know the equation of the line, and I'll quickly write that out. It is basically y equals mx plus b. And I'll quickly explain the elements inside this equation. So basically the y is the y coordinate of a point. The x is the x coordinate of a point. The m right here is the slope, and the b is the y-intercept, which is the point at which the line crosses the y-axis. So, sorry, I guess a better word is intersects the y-axis, and that is b. So now that you know what the elements in this equation contains, we know that we could set the point -2, 6 to be a point of point, let's just do point C. So C would be -2, 6. And D will set it as 6, 2. So we basically are naming these points. So CD is a line, and so we have to, let's find the equation of the line. First, we can see if we can find the slope. So slope is calculated like this, where it is basically the change in y value over the change in x value. So change in y value is this 2 and 6 over here, that's y, and the change in x value is this over here. So we'll label this as y, and this is the change in x value. So change in y value is essentially the difference. So take the y, 2 minus 6 is -4, and the change in x value is 6 minus -2. 6 plus 2 is 8. So essentially, the slope is -4/8, which is -1/2. Now that we have a point which contains x coordinate and y coordinate, and we have the slope of the line, we can use this information to find the y-intercept, and this will help us complete the equation of a line. So y, we'll use point D as the example right here. So point D has the y-coordinate as 2, so we set 2 equals the slope we have found out is -1/2. So -1/2 times the x-coordinate. X-coordinate is 6. So times 6, and then plus b. Okay. Now, b, once we solve for b is equal to -1/2 times. B is equal to 2 plus half of 6, which equals to 5. So now we have the equation of the line, which is y equals -1/2 x plus b, which is 5. Now that we have the equation of a line, we need to test out all the possible values in the answer set that satisfy this equation. So let's start off with I will just scroll down a bit. So for A, the value is 0, 6, so let's plug it in. So 6 equals -1/2 of 0 plus 5. And this leads us to 6 equals 5, and 6 does not equal 5. So A is not the answer. Now let's check B. So B is 4, 4, so basically 4 equals half of 4 plus 5. And basically what you get after you solve that equation is that 4 supposedly equals to 7. And that is also not true. So those are both incorrect. Now let's check for C. The C's points are -2 and 8, and you plug it in. 8 equals half of -2, half of -2 plus 5, and this will give you that 8 supposedly equals, sorry here, 8 supposedly equals to 4, and that is incorrect. So let's check D now. D, the coordinates for D is -10 and 10. So let's plug it in. 10, 10 equals half. So equation is 10 equals half of -10 plus 5. And this means that 10 supposedly equals to -5 plus 5. Plus 5. So this supposedly -5 plus 5. Suppose that 10 equals to 0. And that is also not right. Okay, sorry. -half. Okay, we've been doing all of these wrong. So it's actually supposed to be -half for all of these, -half and -half. So we're just gonna do the justification process again because we messed that part up. So we're gonna clear the whiteboard here, erase some things, and then we're gonna keep the equation and copy it again up here, which is y equals -half x plus 5. So let's look at A again first, which is the points 0, 6, 0, 6. Okay, I apologize for that. So 0, 6, we put 6 equals -half of 0 plus 5. And this means that 6 supposedly equals to 5, which is incorrect. Now let's look at B. So B is that has the coordinates 4, 4. So 4 equals -half times 4 plus 5. So 4 equals -2 plus 5, supposedly equals to 3, and that is also incorrect. So C is that. Now let's look at C. C has the points -2, 8, so 8 equals -half of -2 plus 5. And this means that 8 supposedly equals to 6, which is also incorrect. Now let's look at D. D has the coordinates -10, 10. So let's plug it in. 10 equals -1/2 times -10 plus 5. And supposedly 10 equals -1/2 times -10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So 10 is supposedly equals 10, and it actually is 10. So that means D, the coordinates of D actually match this equation of the line of y equals -1/2 x plus 5. And therefore, negative D, -10, 10, the coordinates, this point will lie on the line. But let's see if E perhaps, let's just test all of the coordinates. So -2 equals -1/2 times 12 plus 5. So this supposedly means that -2 equals -1. And that is not true. So therefore only D works, and D is -10, 10. And so the answer to question 6 is D. And let's erase that. So yeah. Let's erase all of this. So we have gone through all the questions, all the solutions, correct answers, and how to do each of these questions. And the answers is the highlighted text right here. It is bolded, and you should be able to see this. So the answer to question 1 is B. The answer to question 2 is B. The answer to question 3 is C. The answer to question 4 is D. Question 5 is D. And question 6 is D. So that will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching and participating in the Prairie Math League Elementary School round 144 of this week. And if you have any questions, feel free to email the email right here, prairie.mathleague@gmail.com. And that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you.